We are willing to increase revenue by 11% by making appropriate advertisements. This is something very important because it has lost our capability. It has lost the trust of the customers as well as the trust of the investors. So advertising will play something important role, and also CSR activity will contribute to it.
For CSR, your net income is negative.
Yes, sir.
Even if you raise 11%, with 11%, but the cost calculations are not available. Means proportion of cost, and more importantly, it is operating income 153 and interest income 129. Interest expense. So still there has to be a positive net income.
So we would,
No, it is not your. It is not on your part. I think the organizers. Anyway, this has been your to raise the revenue. That is your focus.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Madam.
Okay, so under the key problems which JCPME is facing, उसमें सबसे पहला point कौन सा है? High debt, right?
Yeah.
So that's quite understandable. Now we come to debt to equity ratio. Now, what your plan is about, in order to lower down debt to equity ratio, you told to increase the equity. But the main problem is debt is high. So the plan should also include to lower the debt.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We will are planning to give up some of the ownership, that is by issuing some of the shares. This is how our liquidity will increase. But also we will give them a good return and also focus on paying off the debts.
This equity will be used for paying off the debt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should have clarified that because ये क्या हुआ कि equity is in the denominator.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's understandable कि वो denominator increase करेंगे तो ratio would come down lower, right? But then you have to give the logical reasoning कि equity बढ़ा के क्या करना चाहते हैं? क्योंकि सबसे पहला जो problem face कर रहे हैं वो high debt है.
Yes, ma'am. So by increasing our
Connect.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. By increasing our equity, people are like to decrease our debt, pay off our debt. That's what the main focus is.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next up, please welcome Team Finance Freaks. We are all eager to see what they have come up with.
कनेक्ट कर दे और बैक मत करना, मेरे फोटो दिख जाएगी वॉलपेपर।
वर्ड फाइल ही खुली है।
हाँ
नहीं ये नहीं चाहिए।
वर्ड फाइल ऊपर है यार। हाँ यहाँ से खोलना और धीरे धीरे स्क्रॉल करते जाना, तो यही से करना और गलती से बैक मत करना, मेरी प्रोफाइल दिख जाएगी, व्हाट्सएप दिख
खुल
जाएगी।
गई।
सबसे आगे वाली सेकंड आप उसके पीछे। हाँ वही वाली बस।
स्टार्ट करो गाइस, द टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ।
Jai Hind everyone and Jai Hind jury members. So we are given a company which is existing over a 8-year period, and there is a situation giving that company is facing a financial distress due to a combination of both internal management and external marketing factors. As we can see that this has happened in 2019. So it was a time of first of all the COVID crisis. So it can be one of the reasons that the company has faced the financial distress we can say it as an external marketing factor, and all. For that we have made some of the analysis, and after analysis we have made strategies. So uh, how we can make our financials strong. So first of all, conducting a financial audit and liquidity management. So it will be very important that we should first conduct a financial audit, in which we will see what is our current financials, and what how we have to structure it. Secondly, assess the financial health. We will assess what are our financial health in the current situation, and how we have to deal with it. So for that we will use some of uh, use some of the strategies, like, first of all, in a as company dealing with the clothing, home goods, and appliances. So for that, it sale can revenue as currently the revenue one 11,159 dollars. So first of all, we have to increase the revenue generation, as company is in the net loss. So, first of all, we will use marketing strategies. Marketing strategies, like, first of all, we will see which are our products which are not uh, giving us more revenue. Secondly, give us we will see those products which are giving us more profits, and work on that. And also we have to work on consumer behavior, and make strategies according to that. Further,
Now, companies following the brick and mortar model. So, as you can see, in 2019, the world is changing to the e-commerce. So, we can also shift to the brick and click model. So, where we can reduce our cost of transportation and something, and this will help in the cost reduction. Mainly, cost reduction is the primary focus of us, because cost reduction will help you a lot by revenue generation, and if we are focusing on the high profit product in the market, so it will lead to the more liquidity of the company.
we will also work on the risk management and scenario planning. So first of all, conducting a risk assessment of both the internal and external and internal factors. After that, we will develop a contingency plan, which is very important in this situation, and also scenario planning, that creating a multiple scenarios based on the potential market development, which will help us in if we are not if our first scenario is not working, then we can use another scenario, and check which is most feasible for us. After that, we can evaluate the long-term strategies, so we can restructure the business model, because a company is
1 minute
facing.
remaining, guys.
After that, now coming to the financials that we are expecting in the coming 3 years. So,
Please slide it down.
please scroll it.
ये कितना हुआ?
More.
Please scroll.
So we are expecting a revenue of $18,000. After that, we are expecting a we are expecting a current ratio. It is written wrong. Current ratio of 1.8, and operating margin of 4%, and operating expense of 2,500, and debt to equity ratio of 2.5, and COGS of 12,500 in the next 3
We'll
years.
try to reduce the debt, as we can see that in the current debt to equity ratio is more. So if you want to reduce the debt, we mainly focus on the reduction of the debt only. So it will help us in the more revenue generation.
And for the internal management, we will also use some employee engagement techniques, so that the employee retention will be there. So it will also reduce the hiring cost of the new employees, which will reduce the internal cost. And after that, monitor industry trends and competitive landscape, which will also give us some of the benchmark against competitors, and also stay updated in regular
Time up, guys.
competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Finance Fix, for your meticulous analysis and bold strategies. Fantastic effort. Now, it's time for the jury to ask their questions to the team.
ये तो प्रेजेंट रहेगा बोलते रहो।
और स्क्रीन बंद ना हो से ध्यान रखना।
लगा दी
स्क्रीन में लाइक पासवर्ड क्या है? स्क्रीन ध्यान।
पासवर्ड क्या है?
Studies.
कर रहा हूँ
Well, you have chalked down the strategy or restructuring.
Yes, sir.
But it needs to be substantiated with some actions.
Yes, sir.
Right. For example, cost
Book value,
reduction. How we are going
EPS.
to achieve it?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not so simple to achieve the cost reduction.
Sir, we will, sir, you,
Similarly, revenue generation. It is not easy to expand the market shares so easy. Right. So what steps they matter the most than just merely stating the strategy.
sir, strategies like, sir, we will reduce the operating expenses like eliminating the waste by using the lean management and also using inventory management like just in time. So we can reduce the our operational expenses, which will further reduce our cost.
And sir, sir, adding on that, the company is 118 years old, so already it has a great market share. So revenue generation is much more easier as companies already established in the market. So we just need to focus on that only.
So, my question is, now, as you said, it's a very old company, isn't it? Right? And the problem, second number of problem, एक सबसे पहला जो problem है, that is high tech, right? Now we come to, you said, click and click model में जाना है. Now, as we have studied, in our cost management, in order to take such kind of managerial decisions, you have to calculate the cost in order to switch to the another model. So you said that, okay, if we switch to the new business model, there would be increase in the revenue. But how can you confidently say that? So costing management के concept के basis पे आप बोल सकते हो. Otherwise, why would an 183-year-old company would not shift to the new model?
As the market trends are of that, so companies should switch. There will be a market for revenue generation. It will generate the more revenue.
So what I'm telling, the feasibility analysis of shifting to the new model, that is, company's failure to modernize its business model. Meaning, सबसे पहले तो ये analysis करना पड़ता है कि why did it fail?
Ma'am, as the company is facing the financial crisis in 2019, so many companies are facing that challenge in the revenue generation. So there is a new concept of e-commerce in that area. After the 2019 COVID period, the need.
From the financials, we have seen that there is a increase in operating cost also, and according to the ratios that are given, like there is companies having a debt equity ratio of 4.79. So from there we are seeing that company has taken debt, and according to that, here it is not the company is not growing the revenue with the rate as we can see the debt equity rate. The company is not growing the revenue from. So we have to work on the revenue generation also and operating expenses. Both the combination of both will be important for the restructuring of the company.
Okay, but उसके basis में जो cost management and analysis है ना, वो बहुत important है.
If we are going to the online market, so there are many costs involved, like in transportation, logistics. There we will involve the source cost, and we'll have to manage a lot of inventory, and there are many costs are involved in the brick and mortar model. So if we switch to the click and click model, various costs will reduce. Like if you don't have to open a stores in such a scenario, you can go on the website development. So it will be reducing the cost. So
Okay, I got your point in terms of both. You could have just put it in the table all the different parameters कि अगर brick and mortar है अभी उसका business model तो क्या what all factors are more prominent और brick and click model में जाते हैं तो which all factors changes. Numbers Okay, approximate you could have, but at least वो fact parameters भी लिखते ना तो भी idea आता क्यों भी लो वो.
Actually, ma'am, because of time
That's it.
constraint, we were
I
not able
understand, I
to.
understand. Okay, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Let's bring on Team Capsters now. Their passion for finance is evident, and I'm sure they have something
इससे आगे
extraordinary in
जाएगी,
store
इससे
for
पीछे
us.
जाएगी. लगा दी.
लगा दिया जाएगी.
फायर. बट पॉइंटर
Your time starts now.
Jay, and a very good evening to each and every one of you. I am Ashwini here with Varun. We are going to be discussing about the JC Penny company. First of all, we all know that JC Penny company founded in 1902 with over 118 years of experience in the market. Firstly, I will be discussing about the recovery plans of the company strategic, and Varun will be discussing about the finance. Now, as we all know that Rome was not built in a day. So when we will be talking about the strategies that we can incorporate in the company's working. We will take a 1 year or a 3 year plan to work for it. Firstly, when we will talk about the revenue generation. So to create revenue, first of all, first thing we can do is diversification of products and services offering in the market, and leveraging the pricing strategy, such as offering premium, such as offering premium, even the quality of goods that the lower economic people can also afford. Second will be increasing the market reach of the company. Also, enhancing the customer retention in the market. Lastly, we would also like to add about the partnership and collaboration. As the company is really vast in the market, collaboration and partnership will be evident for the other departmental chain stores as well. Also, to increase the stakeholders' trust for the company, we can go for the CSR activities, as nowadays CSR is in the trend as a market. So when we will be talking about the company's improvement, CSR can be one thing which will create stakeholders' trust and as well as customer retention.
Jain sir, Jain GD, I'll be explaining the financials to you. So the total assets have been increased from 2966 million US dollar to 9367 billion US dollar, which has improved the debt to equity ratio of the company till 1.9. The total liabilities have been decreased by 6165 US million dollar, and the shareholders equity have been doubled by 3202 million dollars. But there was a problem of the lack of trust of the stakeholders, so which have been gained. So first, what we have done in the short term is indulging ourselves in the CSR activities, for which we have gained the revenue by increasing the sales, which we have done through diversifying our supply chain, and also by collaborating with n number of other stakeholders. So in the long run, we have issued the shares of the company so that we can improve the equity, and also which we are using to pay off our debts, and the debt has been decreased by improving our overall trust of the stakeholders. Thank you.
Also talking about the liquidity improvement. To improve the liquidity, we are thinking of short-term financing, asset monetization, raising funds to equity dilution as well. Also talking about the cost optimization, we can go for strategic outsourcing, enhancing the workforce outsourcing as well, to increase the efficiency of the company. Now we will be talking about the improving debt to equity ratio. Debt to equity ratio is one of the such ratio which can tell about the company's working. As low as it is possible. So to improve that, all the other points are going to be followed with regard to increasing the company's value in the market. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Capsters, for presenting a comprehensive and detailed framework. Well done. Jury, any questions or feedback for the team?
रेलवे स्टेशन का बैकग्राउंड हो जाएगा.
What are the measures through which you are going to enhance the shareholders' equity?
Sir, first of all, shareholders needs trust, which means what we need by our shareholders. They need trust to invest in the company. We'll be doing some of the CSR activities for which we have no revenue, and we'll be gaining that revenue by diversifying our market and also collaborating with other competitors. So in that way, we'll be having enough money for meeting our CSR projects, and that will increase the trust of the stakeholders, and eventually it will help us to gain the equity share capital, and for that, which will help us to eventually decrease the debt. We'll be paying off the debt with that, and also increase the total assets, current assets specifically. So that's why we said that we will be decreasing the debt. That means the stakeholders will have the message that the company is having low debt, which will be so that it can be able to pay back. It will not be insolvent in the future. So they'll be investing in a company for that reason.
चलो आर्यन.
So we come to the fourth point, fourth problem, that is loss of stakeholder trust. I'm just reading. The reasons क्या है? It is written due to its poor financial performance, a sharp decline in stock price, and an ability to address operational challenges. JC Penny lost the trust of its investors, customers, and creditors. They've already given 3 points, right? So can you just the way to gain trust is what you are telling through CSR activity. Now can you connect that CSR activity to improve on all these 3 points? That is operational challenge को कैसे वो recover कर हाँ meet कर सकता है. फिर ये जो decline in stock price है उसको कैसे improve up कर सकता है. CSR activity को उसके साथ.
By CSR activity, first of all, the thing is that when you are involved in there's an increase in the gain trust, there's a gain trust in the customers as well as the stakeholders. So it will also help in improving the operational efficiency of the company. Like the operation, the revenue will be generated more. Talking about the strategic outsourcing, when you have the second point, discussing about the stock price of the company, strategic outsourcing such as outsourcing of the non-activities, as well as enhancing the workforce would be a point which will help in, with the help of CSR, will help in gaining stakeholders' trust in the market.
Also, the operating efficiency we have gained by reducing the cost, by indulging into efficient calling techniques, and also proper inventory management. It will eventually give a good message about the company that it is able to be profitable in the future by following these activities.
Okay, so you are quite close. Only thing is कि जो stakeholders होते हैं ना उसको क्या होता है कि trust तभी आता है जब उसको value मिलती है. They need to, their wealth has to be maximized. और CSR activity करके वो अब activity conduct करोगे उससे उसको मतलब they would just be watching it. Unless and until their wealth is not increased, it's difficult to get.
These cost control
Sorry to
techniques
cut
will
off, ma'am,
eventually,
but we are on short on time.
yeah, but that will eventually increase the profit. Thank you.
And last, but definitely not least, let's put our hands together for Team Investo. They are ready to take on the stage and showcase their revival magic.
I'm back now.
Jai Hind everyone, Jai Hind Judy. I am Aditya Chowdhury. Today our group is going to provide the financial analysis report on JC Penny Company. Let me start with a very beautiful quote by George Soros. It doesn't matter whether you are right or wrong in the stock market. The only thing that matters is how much money you make when you are right and how much money you lose when you are wrong. Further will be explained by Arvind Jimmy.
Pointer to pointer.
Jai Hind everyone. My name is Aryan Jain, as the previous ones. Okay, so I will be explaining the 3 years future revenue. The current revenue is currently 11159. Cost of goods sold is 7906. Gross profit is 3253. So we have restructured the whole model of the company and we are predicting this figures. So basically in next year the revenue is increased to 13,000, cost of goods sold to 9,000 and gross profit to 4,000. So it has a growth of 18% from previous year. And in the next year we are predicting a growth of 37.5% and in the next year 63%.
Okay. So now the problems faced by JCPenney companies debt restructuring. Firstly, their debt to equity ratio is very much high. So they should focus on reducing the debt of the company. They should try to raise their money through equity by going through venture capitalist or angel investor, or they can also raise their money through IPO process. Now the next problem they are facing is revenue generation. They are not able to increase their revenue. So one of the main reasons is due to the increasing e-commerce competition. So now they can collaborate with e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Blinkit, and they can deliver their products on that. Now the next problem is restoring trust. As they are not able to generate the returns for the investors, investors are losing the trust in the company. So promoter can purchase the stake in the company so that the investor also has the trust that the growth will be there in the company. Next problem is cost optimization. Next problem is cost optimization. Like the cost of goods sold is very much high for JCPenney company. So they should focus on purchasing goods on cash so that they can get a cash discount or trade discount from the vendors. Now the next problem is liquidity improvement. As you can see that the liquidity ratio is very much low. So they should focus on increasing their current asset and reducing their current liabilities like bills payable, bank overdraft, etc. Now the short-term goals of JCPenney company, which they should focus currently on. They should sell their non-performing assets, like assets which are not working in their favor, which are very much of high capital expenditure. They should sell off and they should try to generate cash from there. Now next is they should reduce their current liability. For example, if there are bills payable, they should try to do the payment of bills payable as soon as possible so that their current liability reduces. Now the next is reduced debt to equity ratio. We can clearly see that the company is heavily leveraged. So they should focus on reducing their debt because debt is something on which they have to pay high interest also. If they should try to raise their money through equity market, they can share their profit with investors as well.
So long-term goals. So for long-term goals, they can go for an IPO. Like company is actually so much like older, so they can go for an IPO. Second, they can reduce their debtor period. So they have a problem of paying debts quite like they are taking a longer time to pay their debts. So they should focus on reducing their debtor period. Third is Third is reduce current asset and current liability. As my friend said, they can reduce their current asset and current liability, so they can achieve a good current ratio. So this is the action stage. Company should try to reduce debt and raise money through equity. So they have actually a huge amount of debt. So they can try to reduce the debt and increase their equity through IPO, as I already mentioned. The other is company should reduce total liability and promoters should purchase stake in company. Like I have seen the financial statement. The promoter stake is quite low, so they can increase their promoter stake so that company can perform. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Investor, for your innovative solutions and structured approach. You have done a great job. The jury may proceed with asking their questions to the team.
What measures could be taken in order to reduce the current liabilities? Because it is not easy to reduce the current liabilities so easy.
So the company should take less current liability, like they have to pay their bills payable in short period of time.
Okay, if there are losses, then that itself is an indication that they are not in a position to pay their current liabilities.
So actually, companies facing cash crunch, so they have to raise the money through
See,
investment.
under such situations, what they do, it is called as haircut. आपने आपका haircut किया है ना, ऐसा वो जो आपके क्रेडिटर्स होते हैं, उनको बताया जाता है कि भाई मैं ये पे नहीं कर सकता, आप तुम्हारा 100 रुपया देना है तो मैं 25 रुपया दे सकता हूँ, अभी दे दूंगा, और आगे चल के और 10-15 रुपया दे दूंगा, बाकी के आप वेव ऑफ करो, इन फ्यूचर आई एम एश्योरिंग योर बिजनेस.
But actually, sir, if they are
That
going
is
for
the
a,
way in which you reduce the current liability.
but if they are going in a haircut way, then there is a huge problem. Like investor will think that the company.
See, with creditors it is never a problem, because if they get an assurance of future business, there is never a problem. Because आज कमाया नहीं तो ठीक है, आगे in future यहाँ कमाने का एक चांस हो.
Okay, guys. Wow, what a series of phenomenal presentations. Every team brought their A game and showed us why they are the best of the best.
A big thank you to all four teams for your effort, creativity, and determination. You have set the bar high and made the jury's job incredibly tough. Now, let's wait for the results to be calculated.
Meanwhile, when we are waiting for the results to be calculated, we have some indisciplined and sleeping champions between us. And as a given punishment or opportunity by Petkar sir, we would like to call upon Praful Kumar, Rishi Kumar, Lakshya, Basim. The team of four will represent social media and will perform an activity related to it.
अनिरुद्ध कब चलाएगा? अनिरुद्ध चलाएगा कब?
अभी चला रहा हूँ.
सुन, जब इंट्रोडक्शन खत्म होगा ना फिर चलाना, बट आवाज लो कर देना जब इनके भी आवाज सुनाई दे ऐसा.
भाई माइक का है और दूसरा.
क्या भाई क्या? रोको मत उसको.
Five.
2.5 minutes.
ये लगा देता है.
Guys, you have 2 minutes only. Your time starts now.
Jai Hind everyone, my name is Praful Kumar. Along with my group members Vasim, Rishi and Lakshya, we all gonna present here a ad campaign of a product which you all have to guess.
भाई ऑडियो का प्ले करना है. प्ले.
टेम्पो में जा रही है. मेरे को जल्दी बताओ, ये ट्रेन पुणे जा रही है क्या? ये ट्रेन पुणे जा रही है क्या?
जल्दी बताओ ना ट्रेन मुंबई जा रही है कि नहीं? हेलो, हाँ वहाँ मैं पुणे वाली ट्रेन में बैठ चुका हूँ, बस 1 घंटे में मैं पुणे पहुँच जाऊँगा। और आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
आपको कहाँ जाना?
आप मेरे को पुणे जाना है।
भैया पर ये तो ट्रेन तो मुंबई जा रही है।
पर इन्होंने तो बोला मेरे को पुणे।
हाँ भैया ये मुंबई जा रही है।
ये ट्रेन तो पुणे नहीं जा रही है।
So we have presented the ad of 5-star. Okay, so guess the tagline of the 5-star. Yeah, 5-star do nothing. Thank you.
कभी सवाल आएगा
5-star ads gets end on what note?
Is 5-star do nothing.
Doing nothing can benefit or save somebody or something. So, as your ad ended like that. On what note your ad has ended? Benefiting him, Mr. Lunch?
I had helped him like this is not
Without
a
having 5-star. Having 5-star, that would have helped, no?
बंद है पानी लास्ट टाइम किस में जाओगे बंद फुल लक्ष्य है और एकदम आगे वाली
But ये दिखा देते कि instead of going to Pune and these guys fellows having 5-star, they couldn't help him to get into the right train.
ये ले आगे
But instead of going to Pune, how he can help him after reaching to Mumbai, right? So that could have helped. Overall, it was good. It came last minute, and thank you for your spirit of participation. Or coming here on stage last minute, that shows that we are positive, have a positive mindset basically. So that's a good approach. I appreciate. Thank you so much.
Now, let's call the other team. The members are Hariom, Rajpal Singh, Devasis, Rudradeep, Anurag, Anupam, Aman Gupta. The team of 7 members will be performing an activity related to finance.
अरे उसको तो सही बंदे को पकड़ा है फाइनेंस के लिए आयुष प्रताप सिंह कहाँ बैठे हैं?
Where's the other members?
आयुष प्रताप सिंह कहाँ बैठे
Are joining? Okay. But time. Okay, go ahead. Immediately go ahead.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Rudradeep Biswas. I'm going to present about the company Nestle, FMCG Group. The Nestle is based in Switzerland, and its main product are Maggi, KitKat, and Cerelac.
यहाँ पे कोई बात मत करो
The net profit margin is 10 to 15% of revenue, and the net market cap is CHF 300 billion. That is Swiss franc, CHF. And the net Indian stock price is 2,495 rupees. Nutrition product is close to around 60% of company sale.
I don't even know what to tell you in this because he just selected the company and I just joined him. But I can tell
Okay, I'll give you a question related to that same. It is related to general knowledge or business knowledge. Same company. Recently, the country Switzerland had removed the status of India from beneficiaries, like most favored nation, right? Same Switzerland, where from Nestle is coming. Can you give me the reasons behind that? Why they have removed the status of India from the as the most benefited. Not aware. You are you? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Tushar Shetty, are you here? Answer my question. Other day you answered on the group now. The question which I asked to the fellows, why they have removed the India status as most favored or benefited country. Reason? G? Correct. So they want to go. Policy regulation and the thing is double taxation. That is the reason. So answer is regulatory and double taxation. Another reason behind removing the India status. Yes, next please.
So, Jain sir, Jain everyone. We are going to present. We are launching an investment app. So, regarding this, we are making a short advertisement. So, we are going to present this.
अरे यार यहाँ हल्ला मत करो।
हरिओम, क्या हुआ? इतना अंदाज दिख रहा है, भाभी के साथ झगड़ा हुआ है क्या?
झगड़ा नहीं हुआ है। आजकल की महंगाई इतनी बढ़ रही है कि क्या बताएं। हम लोग सेविंग भी नहीं कर पाते हैं प्रॉपर। जॉब भले ही कर रहे हैं, बट सेविंग प्रॉपर नहीं होती है।
तो सैलरी कितना चल रहा है? सैलरी कितना चल रहा है?
मेरा 50,000 रुपए में पर मंथ।
बट इसमें भी तो सेविंग्स नहीं
हम
कर पा
उसको
रहे।
रेंट में भी दें और फिर हम वो घर का खर्चा भी चलाना है, तो फिर नहीं हो पाता
तो
है।
तू इन्वेस्टमेंट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? इन्वेस्ट कर।
I don't know all about that. I think it's very risky.
बोर्ड निकल पहले। इन्वेस्ट स्टॉक डाउनलोड कर। इधर में तेरे को एआई असिस्टेंट मिल रहा है। तू कब मनी विथड्रॉ कर सकेगा, कब इन्वेस्ट कर पाएगा, सब उधर में क्या हुआ है? ऑब्वियसली यार। तो इन्वेस्ट स्टॉक डाउनलोड नाउ। तो our tagline is sir, invest now, making your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have time? Yes, we have. So, I need to check with the coordinators, not with the audience. Yes, last round of students, please. So, audience, for your understanding, now I need your help in this. This is very last. We have to go quickly because after this, there is a prize distribution. So, these three students are waiting for few questions. Each of the students should have at least one question to answer. Please, it's free, open forum. Please ask one question per student. Yes, over to you, audience.
उज्जवल माइक से कोई हरकत कर रहा है, ये काम नहीं कर रहा।
माइक के साथ हरकत मत कर।
Please go immediately. Don't waste time.
Tell me something about credit cards.
माइक के साथ तो हरकत कर रहे हैं।
Tell something about credit as a product. How it works.
How it works, and what are its benefits, and how can a consumer use it to get more benefit of it.
A credit card is a tool which is beneficial for the rich ones, I can say, because trust me.
Go on.
See, if you learn about the credit card, you will learn a lot about credit card. The thing is ki, listen to me.
Please continue. The audience, please pay attention.
I have 22 credit cards, so I know what I am doing. First of all.
Okay.
Second thing, the credit card are meant to be meant for rich only. Because when someone take example of me only. If I'm making 50,000 only, and from future, if I'm spending on a credit card and I can't pay my bills on time, my credit history will go down also. and also I only have a short amount of credit period by which it will also affect my credit score also. And from now also, for example, in this take an example of three of us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Quite an elaborate answer. Next student, Anupam Patel, question for you.
So what is the currency of Switzerland?
What's the currency of Switzerland? No. It's his turn. तुम सोचो, तुम बताओ. नहीं है, लेकिन he is still thinking. He unnecessarily taking more time. Euro?
No, Swiss franc.
Okay. Now question. Anupam hasn't answered, right? So question for the third student, please.
So what is the full form of STP in marketing?
So it's a segmentation, targeting, and positioning.
Mr. Varun Patida, I have a question for you. Actually, two. Who introduced STP and the year in which it got introduced?
You only introduced me.
My question was clear and straight. Who introduced STP? Not to you. To us.
Philip Kotler.
You said correct. And second,
But I don't know the year exactly. Please find out.
1969.
ठीक है.
1969.
Okay, 1969. Is it? Okay. Good. So are we done? Thank you so much, everybody.
Now, the moment we all have been waiting for, the announcement of the winning teams.
But before that, let's take a second to appreciate our jury for their time, insights, and making the tough decision of picking the winners. Can we have a huge round of applause for them?
The jury has deliberated, and here are the results.
Drum roll, please.
Now, I would like to call our third runner-up. The team is Finance Free by Soni and Aman
Now, I invite Professor Sadanand Kenkar sir to facilitate the winners.
Now, the second runner-up is Team Investment Innovators. Congratulations, guys. Ishita Gupta and Prajwal Hayat.
I would like to invite Professor Nema Bhutsman to present prizes to the winners.
The prize will be, they will be getting the coupons of rupees 200. first runner-up is Team Capsters. Varun Patidar and Meenal
I guess Professor Shreya Bhatnagar to facilitate the winners.
लगा